Hey guys, Tristen with the Empowered Agent Podcast, and I am actually going to make this podcast and this video from the park because it is absolutely gorgeous outside and I just couldn't sit inside my office anymore. So we're on part 3 of databases. Make sure you're checking out the podcast episodes before this where I covered some databases. I want to talk about what we're going to say, how we're going to say it, and what else we're going to do to stay in touch with people. So when we're thinking about how we're touching people, I want you to take a step back and think about, how do you like to be communicated with? So take a piece of paper out and write that down. If you like to read emails, like that would be your way. If you like people to call you, have people call you. If you like text messages, then do that. It's really, we have to find out how people want to be communicated with. So I'm a texter. I prefer that. The phone seems like it takes up a lot of time, but I'll give you a couple of tools I use for my phone calls. So number one, we do need to make our phone calls. We do need to call and check in with people. And one of the ways that we can do that is to say, hey, John, it's Tristen. I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm calling, how are the kids doing? Or how's the family? Or, how's work going? Hey, I'm at work too. And, just kind of calling quickly. Do you have any questions about the market? Do you have any questions about anything? Do you need any referrals for people? So really dial in if you're going to be asking them if they have a question about the market or if they need a referral. So make that one of those two choices, right? The other thing you can ask them is, do you have a good referral for a plumber, painter, etc.? That helps enroll people in giving you information. And if you say something like, hey, John, I'm just calling to see my painter moved out of the area. Do you have a good painter that you recommend? Okay, great. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh, John, I loved working with you guys so much. If you think of anybody at work that is thinking about moving or buying real estate or is just even curious about the market, would you be okay connecting me with them? Or would you do me a favor? Something like that, right? Another script I've heard is, hey, John, it's Tristen. I need your help. I'm really trying to help. I really have a goal of helping, 15 families this year. Make the real estate. Let me say that again. Hey, John, it's Tristen. I really need your help. I have a goal of helping 15 families realize the benefits and the dream of home ownership this year. Could I ask you who you might know that is thinking about buying or selling a house that I can help? So something like that, enrolling people into that. So you can click the link below and ask me for some of my scripts. I'll put a link to my website so that you guys can also request it there. So we're calling people. Now let's say you don't want to call people all the time. There is a great app called Slide Dial, and it only works for mobile phones. So you got to think about mobile phones. It only works for mobile phones, but you can bypass ringing them and go straight to their voicemail. So they see that you called and you can leave them a voicemail. And then if you have visual voicemail, like most people do, you can see what you said in there as well. So that's a nice way to do that. Remember, this is the 60-day rolling touch that we have set up in our systems already. And so we want to do that. So we can slide dial, we need to make the phone call. The next thing we can do, video text. Hey, John, it's Tristen. Just thinking about you guys. I was just driving by your house. How are the kids? How are this? Let me know what I can do for you. I'd love to hear how it's going for you, et cetera, right? So we're going to take a walk because some of the kids have come to play and it's going to get loud, I think. Okay, so now we have video text. We have slide dial. We have... What else do we have? We have handwritten note cards. I use this a lot. I try to think of 10 people a week that I want to send a note card to. So write those people. That's a rolling touch, okay? And this should be in your CRM. Right? Put it in there and I can send a thing. It should say every 6 months and then put all of the different things how you want to communicate with people in there. So we have note cards, we have that. Now we also need to be sending somebody, if you have the budget for this, we need to be sending people something in the mail. So I send a newsletter every other month. I have a holistic brand, so mine's a holistic newsletter. You can send a real estate related newsletter. You can print something out and mail it yourself, maybe just to 20 or 30 people. If you have a more budget, you can mail it to more people. So start though with a small group of people, 10, 20 people, and start mailing them something at least every other month, if not every month, so that they start to see you and get value from you as well. Okay, finally, we need to do our weekly emails. So we're going to be emailing people weekly, and everybody wants to know what's going on in the market. So I want you to use your CRM. Something like LionDesk has a built-in video, email, or text. And so I go in and I record it. I say, this is your weekly market update. I tell them how many houses have been on the market, what I'm seeing in the market, and I want you to send that to them every week, right? And you have to do it every week. I'd usually do it on Fridays, so they know for the weekend kind of what's going on. And I always include a link into getting a market report, and if they want to do that as well. Okay, so now those are our ways we're always going to stay in touch with people. Now this is a bonus right here. So I want to talk about real estate reviews. One thing that I took out of the Ninja system, which if you haven't read the Ninja book, it's really, really good, is to do real estate reviews. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can print it out and mail it. You can do this for anybody who owns a house, just anybody you know. So let's say you don't have any past clients yet, but you know your neighbor, I just say, hey, I know the market is so crazy right now. I went ahead and I made you a review of your house and how much equity you have. When can I drop it off? That's one way to go about it. The other way is to make a video about it, and I can share that with you guys if you email me or follow me on or subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I'll do a YouTube about it. That we go in, we make a video screen recording, we get all the information, we make it pretty in Canva, we upload it to YouTube, we have a special message for people in there, we send it to them, hey, I've made this video for you, do you know anybody else who could use this as well? And if you do those once or twice a week, if my goal is twice a week, I'm at once a week right now, but twice a week really would be good. That I think that just shows more value you're giving people. And oh my gosh, she knows what she's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. And again, that really, really shows that value that you're adding. So the final database piece is what we're doing, what we're saying, how often we're saying, right? 60 days. And mailing something of value, right? You could look at Breakthrough Broker is another thing. I'll put links to all of this below. Really, all these great resources. I used the personal marketing company. I also use send out cards, and I put everybody's birthday in there. So make sure you're doing that. And that's like $2 a birthday card. And I'll make a short video about how I do that as well. If you are interested in working with me, or I do a 30-day jumpstart plan. Very inexpensive. Make sure you click the Ask Me Anything button here linked below, and I'm happy to tell you more about that. It's just 30 days to get your business going, and I look forward to talking to you guys on the next podcast.